What's up, everyone? It's Hector here with another Wrestling Championship belt replica review. And today I have the NWA Worlds Heavyweight Championship, also known as the Domed Globe, also known as the 10 pounds of gold, because I believe the original design was said to be about 10 pounds and it's made out of gold. But I believe in reality it didn't actually weigh 10 pounds. And the NWA World Heavyweight Championship has been around for decades. This particular design was based off the Reggie Parks design and used in the early 2000s. I know it was used with NWA TNA, Total Nonstop Action, so it always reminds me of Jeff Jarrett or AJ Styles. Raven and Rhino held the belt. It's a metal replica. This one isn't actually made by the Figures Toy Company like a lot of these other replicas that I've reviewed. This one is made by a different company called Premier. And I tried to look up some information on it, but I just couldn't really find anything online. There's just this one page on AJ's belts talking about the Premier Domed Globe, which is this belt. So I'm guessing Premier didn't really stay in business against the Figures Toy Company, which is a little unfortunate because, a little competition is always good. And this replica isn't that bad of a replica. It's not perfect. The Figures Toy Company might make more detailed belts. You can definitely see it in this little wrestler etching. It's supposed to be two wrestlers, one pinning the other, but it just looks like Swiss cheese, and there's no way you can tell what it's supposed to be unless you already knew what it was supposed to be before you even saw it. And I think one of Premier's biggest issues was the quality control, because this plate of Mexico, you just can't see the eagle in the middle in the white. But I've seen other domed globes from Premier that have a pretty decent Mexico flag of Mexico. The flag of Japan, flag of Australia, flag of Canada, they all seem just fine. And this is the older version of the flag of Canada. They had this on the older NWA World Heavyweight Championship because that was Canada's flag, the Canadian flag at the time. Canada changed their flag to that red maple leaf by the time this belt released. But a lot of the NWA Domed Globes like to keep that older Canadian flag. At least until the latest release of the Domed Globe. Fandu released the latest Domed Globe and it has the new Canadian flag and also replaced the Australian flag with the United Kingdom flag. I don't have that Domed Globe, so I'm not going to go too much off that one or talk about that one. But this particular Domed Globe, compared to the other ones, like the one from the Figures Toy Company, which was based off the design from the 70s, that one has like these black studs where these have these simulated diamonds. And this particular piece on this particular replica is actually probably the most detailed part of the entire belt. There are these like circular pieces all around the edges of the main plate. But when you look at it from the side, you can just see it's kind of etched in like maybe half a centimeter, maybe 1 centimeter from the top, and then etched in a little bit. And so it's just all one plate, and then they kind of etch all these different designs into there. So it's like a 2D etching, except for the Domed Globe itself, which is actually pretty big, especially compared to the Figures Toy Company Domed Globe and the older Domed Globe from the 70s, the 60s, the older versions of the Domed Globe. I believe that one was made by Dave Milliken, and it has a pretty small Domed Globe. But this Premier Championship replica, based off the Reggie Parks version of the Domed Globe, it just has this huge silver Domed Globe that just pops out there. And that's pretty much the highlight of the belt, honestly, that big old Domed Globe. And now let's talk about the plates themselves. They are made out of metal. Each one is 4 millimeters thick, at least, because of course that Domed Globe just pops up way above 4 millimeters. The main plate is about 17.5 centimeters tall by 26 centimeters wide, roughly. And each side plate is 7.5 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters, since they're perfect squares. The plates don't have a perfect mirror finish like you usually see in the Figures Toy Company replicas or the replicas from the WWE shop. You can see some reflection off there, but it is not a perfect mirror. And then when you look at the side plates, you can see that there's like this sort of texturing or this matte sort of finish. It is still shiny, but it kind of reminds me of the old school sort of used championship belts, ring worn championship belts. Not these like super high quality, shiny, mirror finished replicas, because they really seem like replicas when they have that super high glossy mirror finish. And it still has the super high glossy black paint over here, but the actual metal, it is just not as shiny as like Figures Toy Company or the WWE shop. And finally, let's talk about the strap of the NWA Domed Globe. I believe it's made out of a plastic polyurethane, like a pleather material. It is pretty stiff to keep the plates upright and display it like a trophy, like a replica, but it is still floppy enough to seem like an actual belt. I would say it's even more floppy than the Figures Toy Company replicas. And if you look closely, you can see this tooled design stamped all around the edge of the entire strap. It looks like X's with this flower design in between the X's. I'm not sure why they chose that design. Usually the NWA Domed Globe has like a leather lacing around the edges, either a double lacing or a triple lacing. So my only thought was they did this tooling to sort of replicate the look of lacing, but just imprinted on the strap, maybe? Because I don't think I've ever seen a domed globe with this sort of tooling around the strap. Correct me if I'm wrong, leave a comment below and feel free to inform me. But that's pretty much all I have to say about the NWA Worlds Heavyweight Championship, also known as the Domed Globe. This one was manufactured by Premier, licensed by Reggie Parks and the National Wrestling Alliance. If you like this video or appreciated me doing it, you can give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel for more Wrestling Championship Bout replica reviews, just like this one. I also have some anime figures that I like to review. I also like to go to conventions, check out the collectibles there, maybe meet some wrestlers, get their autographs. And yeah, I really just talk about collectibles and things like that. So if you're interested in any of that, definitely subscribe. If you're thinking about buying this Domed Globe, leave a comment below. Tell me what your thoughts are on this Domed Globe from Premier, or if you would prefer the Domed Globe from the Figures Toy Company. Those are both pretty good replicas, but they are different designs. But yeah, comment, thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. See y'all later. And as always, keep on collecting.